Hello guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the May episode of New Makeup Releases, Favorites, and Fails. If you're new to the series, it's basically where I just go through all the new-ish releases that I tried in the month of May and just share all my reviews on them in one big crackpot of a video. This month was a weird month for me. I was really busy all the time, so I didn't wear like a full face of makeup every single day, but I also bought a lot of makeup because it was my birthday month, so every time any holiday rolls around, I just suddenly own half of the stock of Sephora and gift cards. Needless to say, I went crazy this month. I went stupid and I bought a lot of new makeup releases that I was very excited about, and I've had a lot of fun just testing out all these new things. So I'm super excited to share some reviews of some really shitty and some really good products. If you have not yet entered my 15K subscriber giveaway, that should be still going on until Friday of this month.
I am so powerful. My mind.
Link for that should be in the description box. There was some confusion on the last video. People were thinking that you had to be following me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, but you only have to follow on minimum one, preferably all three. You get 2 entries per platform that you're following me on. So if you follow me on just YouTube, that's 2 entries. If you follow me on YouTube and Twitter, that's 4 entries. YouTube and Instagram, that's 4 entries. So yeah, that is open to everyone, not just people on all 3 platforms. Full details of this makeup look should already be on Instagram. I tried my best to wear as many products that I'm reviewing in this video on my face currently, so it's kind of just like a smorgasbord of all the new releases of this month. So without further ado, let's get into all the products I probably did not need to try in May, but I really wanted to, so I spent a lot of money and made some bad decisions. I'm gonna start off with what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. Melt Cosmetics came through. Not only did they come to Sephora, which is awesome, I love seeing indie brands getting their spot in big makeup stores, but they brought back all the palettes. So now I feel completely comfortable talking about the Gemini palette because now everyone can get their hands on it. But also, I was able to buy the Smoke Sessions palette. This has gotten some god tier reviews, and some people have even said that it's better than Gemini, which I was like, how? Even though the color schemes are fairly similar, like both of them are green centered. Gemini is more on the wavelength of like olive tone shades, whereas this one has some olive shades that really complement the Gemini palette, but also some like nice emerald and kind of minty shades. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. There are only 2 mattes in here, which at first I thought it was going to be a huge problem for me. When I do want a bigger range of mattes, I'll usually just use it with the Gemini palette, but I actually only used 1 matte in this eye look that I'm wearing right now, which was the shade Space Queen, and then everything else on my eyes are the shimmers. And I think it was actually fairly easy to create a look with just the shades that are in here. So in this eye look, I'm wearing Space Queen in my crease and on the outer corner of my eyes. I smoked that out pretty much all over, and then I used these shades Gravity OG, Black Widow, and Mean Green, and then a little bit of Sweet Tooth on my lower lash line as well. I love this palette. I love the cohesion of the shade selection. I love that there's like kind of grungier olivey tone shades and then some like brighter, more like vibrant green shades. I don't smoke, but I'm not gonna go and disparage people who do, and I think that it's just, regardless, are really well put together. And honestly, this surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do. No, I still think I like Gemini a little bit better just because the mattes in here really make my soul feel things, but I do really like this palette a lot. Also, I do like it better than the Blueprint stack. I feel like a lot of people say that the stacks are better quality than the palettes, but like, I don't know. Of course, though, Melt is very expensive, so if you're wanting a good alternative, I think ColourPop Just My Luck is a really good option. Don't really have the gold in here, which honestly, Gravity OG is probably my favorite shade in the entire Smoke Sessions palette, but if you want to buy like a single gold shade and then this palette, you'd have pretty much every single shade you'd need to recreate a lot of these looks. So this definitely gets my stamp of approval. It's the good kush. I don't know if it's just been my like mild seasonal depression or just the fact that there's so many things coming out, but I haven't really gotten super excited about new makeup releases lately. There are very few things that I see on social media or Trend Mood that just really like get me there. So it was really telling to me that these were one of the things that I immediately saw, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that. CoverFX came out with these monochromatic duos for your cheeks. They have blushes and bronzers. I saw the flat light that they did on Instagram with the entire shade range of their things, and I was like,
that's how you do it.
I wanted to pick up all of them. Don't have that kind of money, so I picked up 2 of them. These are very hard for me to open. Are you kidding me? Was that it? I think I got it. No. Oh! Oh, I got it. Okay, I got one of them. I finally opened them. Love that acrylic life. Woo! I wanted to pick up a blush and a bronzer duo, so I picked up the shade Sunkissed Bronze, and then I picked up the shade Spice Cinnamon, just because I love like warm, kind of spicy toned blushes like this. I don't want to be dramatic or anything, but these are probably the best thing I've tried all year. I'll start with the bronzer duo. This personally is my favorite of the two, and you guys know I hate glowy bronzers. I think they're the work of the devil, so I really thought I was only going to use this matte shade on here. First of all, I do want to say the matte blends like nothing I've ever seen before. Like, this is my new favorite bronzer in my collection, more than the Marc Jacobs coconut bronzer. I think this blends just so seamlessly. It's one of the easiest to work with powder bronzers. But the dewy bronzer actually really surprised me. I don't use it on its own, but I do use it as a topper for this shade. So kind of like glazes on top of the cheek right here, and it just brings this like radiance and life to the face. The blush duo I'm actually wearing on my cheeks right now, and I'm wearing both shades mixed together. I think it's again really beautiful. That same really buttery, creamy formula of the matte. Luminous and dewy, but it's not aggressively so. It has enough color payoff that it still looks like a blush on your cheeks and not just like a bright highlight. And truly, I think this is one of the most like well put together, well thought through and conceptualized releases of the year. Cover FX I really appreciate because they're one of those brands, they don't release a ton, but when they do, it's just insane. Of the two duos I picked up, my favorite is the bronzers, but honestly, I'm gonna probably pick up more of the blushes as well, which, these are expensive. They're $38. But I love them. They bring me so much joy, just aesthetically to look at. They're really, really nice. They're probably my favorite purchase of the month, and if you get anything from this video, another new brand to Sephora that I've been really, really excited about has been Patrick Ta Beauty. They have the highlighting mist, which I picked up. They have the body oil, which I did not pick up because I bought something else that you'll see later in the video. And then they had lip glosses, which I was gonna buy, but I just stopped myself because I'm so happy with my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. But I really want to try the aerosol highlighting mist because it just seemed like a really glossy, wet skin effect, and you know I'm a hoe for that. So I picked up the shade Look at Her, which is the white pearl one. It's the lightest shade that they have in the highlighters. And this has not had the best reviews. First of all, everyone's been freaking out about the fact that there's butane in it, which, don't kill me, I don't really care. Mostly just because it's highlighter. If there were alcohol in my skincare, I would be really concerned. But highlighter is the last step in my makeup routine. It's going on top of pounds of makeup. So it's not as much of a concern for me. Obviously, I'd prefer that it wasn't in there at all, but you know what? It's fine. Some products have a learning curve and it's like, okay, yeah, you gotta figure out how to work with it. This one, it's like hit or miss.
I guess hit or miss, huh?
I've found a way to work with this one that I really do enjoy it, and that's with no makeup looks. This is beautiful for doing a glass skin effect. So I posted a look with this one on Instagram, and it really, really does illuminate the entire side of your face. So if you really want to look wet. Because it is a mist though, it's very hard to control. So if you don't want like your entire cheek to be super dewy, you're not gonna like this one. If you want that like nice concentrated glow on your cheekbone, this is not gonna be for you. The way I like to use this one, I concentrate it right around here. I let the spray get all the way around the socket of my eye, and that really makes your skin look super, super glassy and wet. You really do have to do an actual like full spray. If you try to be delicate with it, you're gonna get little tiny speckles on your cheeks, and that's not really it. So I'm just gonna spray a little on right now, like closing my eyes, tilting my head all the way to the side. Just moving my head, there's a really nice glow radiating from here all the way around the socket of my eye. I think it is also pretty overpriced for the amount of product you're getting. There's an ounce in here, but it's a spray, so you do waste a lot. So you do waste a decent amount every time you do spray it. I'm enjoying it only because I don't use it every day. I use it sparingly, but if you were to use this one every day, I feel like it would be gone in a month. Next up, I was really intrigued by the Huda Beauty Tantor, mostly because the marketing was pretty insane. I'm a huge cream contouring person. I don't really do powder contouring that often. I was really interested in trying out these individual little pots of contour. First thing I noticed was that it looks very warm. This is a lot warmer of a shade that I normally contour with. The contour I have on my cheeks right now, I actually don't hate it on my cheeks. Like, I thought I was going to despise this as a contour. It actually looks pretty nice. It blends really easily. It's a very nice creamy formula. Hated it on my nose. Despised. Despacito. For some reason, it just looks a lot warmer on the nose than it does look on the cheeks. Probably because it's the center of your face, so there's more light hitting it. It just looks strange and weird, and it looks like you put bronzer on the sides of your nose. Which was irritating because the way they marketed this one, it was supposed to be a universal contour, and it wasn't that bitch. I was really, really surprised that I liked this one so much, but the Too Faced Natural Lost palette, I was really excited for some reason about this really neutral palette. I don't get super excited about neutrals all the time just because I have a ton of them in my collection. The packaging was beautiful, and then the shades inside, it just felt like it'd be a good everyday palette for me with enough dramatic shades to really work as both things. There's enough mattes in here that I feel like it's actually usable, whereas the Natural Love palette that I used to have, it was just like there were 2 mattes in there and they were all ugly. But I was really surprised that I liked the formula of this one, just because Too Faced, very hit and miss. I haven't really loved a lot of their eyeshadow palettes, and really I only like their mattes. So I've worn this palette pretty much nonstop the entire month. The looks I have not posted on Instagram just because they are neutral, everyday looks, and I don't normally post those on Instagram. I've either reached for this, Soft Glam, or Modern Renaissance, and it's been a really great month of neutral eye looks. Sometimes I think I have my life together. Sometimes I think, wow, she's going places. And sometimes I buy bottles of water with gold flakes in them.
Stop it. Get some help.
As much as I want to say that Jin's Makeup is the one who got me to buy this, no, I did it to myself. I bought the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist, and I hate myself because it's so good, and I've fallen in love with a $39 bottle of glycerin spray. This I've just been really enjoying as kind of the last step in my makeup routine. It's so luxurious. It's such a weighty, nice, heavy bottle, but the formula in here is really nice. It's like the Tarte Luminous Dewy Skin Mist in that it kind of melts everything in and just makes everything nice and glowy. But Tarte Mist, I feel like that's just downright oily. It's way too luminous for me. Whereas this, it's just a nice like skin-like look rather than like a greasy look. Normally I feel like Farsali stuff is gimmicky, and you know what, the gold flakes in here, it's gimmicky. I actually like the ingredients in here besides the gold flakes, and it's just nice. And I hate that for myself. Even though Ole Henriksen did a huge like brand trip for this product, I really have not seen anybody besides like the people that went on the brand trip talking about this. But this is a Banana Bright face primer from Ole Henriksen, and I've been so into like hydrating, moisturizing skincare infused primers lately. I really enjoy, for example, like the First Aid Beauty Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer, just anything with active ingredients in there that are really good for keeping your skin healthy and just like being that good first step of your makeup routine. So I thought I would try this one out just because I do have a lot of dark spots on my cheeks and clearing out my acne. Thankfully, I've gotten rid of a lot of the stuff that was breaking out, but I do have like scars and like just marks and stuff. This I actually really enjoy. I don't think it's necessarily worth the money. It's $36, which is a lot for a primer, and I didn't think it was anything that super special, but I have enjoyed using it. As a hydrating primer, I think it does a really nice job of like actually hydrating my face and making sure my skin is nice and smooth. So a lot of the time if I apply foundation, it'll really catch on any dry patches. This one really helps to kind of smooth that out. I don't think it necessarily prolongs the wear of my makeup, but it doesn't like make it less long wearing either. Most of all, I think I've really seen nice results with my dark spots. Not necessarily being cured by this, but really being canceled out in the application of my makeup. So even if I do wear like a full coverage foundation, sometimes you can see a little bit of like that tint showing through by the end of the day, whereas this, there are banana powder inspired pigments inside, so you really can't see anything. And I think the vitamin C is doing some good stuff for my skin as well, so you definitely do need to make sure you're wearing this with sunscreen. Anything vitamin C, gotta wear sunscreen with it, but I've been really loving this one, especially paired with my Osioderma sunscreen, which I wear every day. Yeah, that's my review. It's a good ass primer. I really have a soft spot for this big ass Marc Jacobs cheek products. When they came out with the Omega Glaze highlighter in a shade that would fit my white ass skin, I was like, yeah. Okay. This is the Omega Glaze All Over Foil Luminizer in the Spring 2019 Runway Edition shade. Worth the wait. It's a white pearly shade and it looks beautiful. I've kind of been moving away from powdery highlighters lately, but this I feel like has been one that I've really enjoyed consistently. I mean,
I'm pregnant.
It's quite a glow, alright, but it's not aggressive. It's not super foiled to a point where I feel like you can't even wear this one without it looking like a metallic stripe. So sometimes I can really go overboard with like ochre highlighters, for example. Those always have a really bright, kind of icy base to them, especially the lighter shades. So sometimes if I go overboard with those, it just looks like a white stripe on my cheek. Whereas this one, even though it is a white highlighter, it doesn't look like that. It just looks glowy. It does not smell like coconut, which is disappointing because the coconut bronzer is my whole life. It does have a nice mirror in here. Oh, exposed. And it's also one of the few powder highlighters that I feel like does not fade throughout the day. So sometimes I'll really notice my highlighter and my blush being the first things to go throughout the day. This one lasts through everything. I feel like we're really going through the renaissance phase of body oils right now. Patrick Ta, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Fenty Beauty came out with those body lavas a while ago and they just expanded with more shades. I've been intrigued by all of them, but I really fell off the deep end when I saw that Sol de Janeiro came out with one. I picked up the Glow Motions Goldie Rocks Glow Oil because I smelled it. And it smells like the Boom Boom Cream. It smells like toasted coconut with butter. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just the most delightful scent. And it really does linger on the skin throughout the day. So where I feel like a lot of the time when I wear even like perfumes or body lotions, you can't really smell it on me at the end of the day. That body cream will linger like a perfume. I love the look of these glow oils coming out, but I wanted something that was gonna smell nice and wouldn't feel like kind of gross and tacky. And because I do specialize in body care, I thought it would be really nice. So I've been going to the beach a lot lately and really, really enjoying the effect that this one gives. I'll just show how it looks. It's really nice. It's not super like glittery. I feel like the Fenty one, that has a lot of like really big glitter particles and it just does not look super, super natural. Whereas this really does emphasize the glow, like the luminosity and not so much the glitteriness. It smells exquisite. Granted, the scent of this one does fade a lot faster than the actual lotion does. The Boom Boom Cream, that I can smell on my skin the entire day long. It's a really dry oil. It doesn't feel super like tacky throughout the day. It really is comfortable to wear under clothes. Like less big chunky glitter and more just like nice luminous shiny shoulders. I think you'll really enjoy this one. Ofra is one of my favorite companies for glowy products. I love, 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 love their highlighters. I was really excited to see that they were coming out with glowy primers because whew. And I've been testing them out. They're not bad as far as primers go. Again, I didn't really notice them prolonging the wear of my makeup that much, but they didn't do anything to disrupt it, which was nice. The Becca First Light Priming Filter, I love. This is my favorite glowy primer. I feel like you can really see the effect through the foundation that you wear. This actually keeps my skin glowy throughout the day. Even if I'm wearing like a more medium coverage foundation, you can still see the effect. It actually keeps your skin glowy. Whereas this, I'll put this one on, my skin looks like vaguely dewy, and then I'll put foundation on and it's like, oh, that's gone. So if your objective was to find like a glowy primer, I don't think this is going to be it for you. Really, I would just recommend going for the Becca ones because they're around the same ballpark price, but like better. If you followed me for a while, you know I've always been like an active stan of Trader Joe's skincare. I think this is like $6 or $7, so super affordable as far as skincare goes, like around the same price as The Ordinary, which I'm also planning to do a review on. Rose oil and rose hip oil are really, really good for controlling acne. They're one of the like lighter, kind of drier oils. They really do like lock in the moisture of your skin and help to hydrate, but they don't clog your pores. This is a really solid product, and if you're wanting to incorporate oils into your skincare routine, this is a great affordable place to start. Skincare is something I'm inordinately picky about. Plenty of cheap oils out there, but it really does matter like the quality of the actual oil itself. This I feel like is a really high quality oil that you can get for a very low price. It really did remind me in terms of like feel and scent to the Mercier Flawless Nourishing Oil, and this is $65. This is like $8. Earlier this month, I went to my first ever brand party. It was for Innisfree, and it was their Santa Monica LA opening. Such an exciting night. I really got into touch with how socially awkward I am. It was so, so fun. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. Shout out to Elizabeth if she's watching this. But I went home with like $300 of skincare, as well as some of their makeup products, which I've been really, really loving to test out. I'm not going to review the skincare right now just because I do like to give that a good like month or so of testing before I share a review. But for makeup, I think you only need a few good weeks of testing to really get a full opinion. A really standout product to me from their line has been their Innisfree Matte Mineral Moisture Setting Powders. A bunch of different setting powders in their store. This one really caught my eye because it's matte, but has moisture.
Wow.
You do not get a ton of product in here. It's 0.17 ounces. For context, Laura Mercier has a full ounce for like $38. However, I do use very little with this one. It does come with a powder puff, which I think is a really good way of applying it. But basically, you just shake it out a little bit. It comes onto the powder puff, and you just dab it onto your forehead, nose, chin. I've really not been enjoying like matte setting powders lately. I just feel like they don't look good on my skin, especially during winter. The Hourglass Veil Powder, that one is a really nice like soft matte powder. This is mattifying, so it does take down the shine or the oil through the day, but it doesn't like make my skin disgusting and dry. The final product I wanted to share with you guys was the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. I think over the past like couple months, especially during spring, their line has been getting a lot more attention. This really caught my eyes because it's a glowy, like radiant and moisturizing mask, but it also has AHA, which is supposed to really help with texture, really getting down your acne, but also keeping your skin hydrated, which is not something you see very often. It smells delightful, like very light watermelon scent, but if you are sensitive to fragrances, I don't think this is going to irritate you too much. I use this one overnight as a sleeping moisturizer mask. When I wake up, my face feels like a baby's butt. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if you tried anything that was noteworthy in the month of May. I had a good May. It was very busy. I'm super excited to just do nothing all summer until my semester starts again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and also follow me down below on Instagram to see makeup looks like this posted I'm gonna get better about it this summer, I swear. This is my job now. Make sure you're entered into the giveaway as well if you want to get some free makeup, because who doesn't? By the way, guys, now that we're at 15K, I think it's time that you guys get a squad name. So if you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like yourselves to be called, go ahead. I've just been kind of referring to you guys as Bonus Meme Gang for a while, but if anyone has a better idea for a squad name, just like comment it down below and I'll try and make like a poll or something on Instagram. So yeah. And if you made it to the very end of this video, I love you. You get the bonus meme. Bye.